For those of you who are watching the recording of this, I am actually just waiting for the chat to load up on my end so I can interact with people. We're going to be discussing a kit that I've designed for the latest Dark Zone offering. So just hang tight. I'm waiting for my chat to load up. Hopefully some people will join in here soon. If not, that's okay. I'm going to be sending out links here. Let's go to my socials. And that way, those who want to come here and see what's been going on can. I see we got 3 people watching. Fantastic. So sorry about that. I was so quiet. I was actually just loading up posting something into a chat, or into a social media posting, and just getting that sent out for those interested parties. Let me log on to my actual channel. But hey, feel free to leave a comment in the chat. I'll still be able to interact with you guys right now. Let me switch. So I guess 2 people are watching now. I guess I dropped somebody. I apologize, people. I'm just getting everything set up here. I am going to be getting to the good stuff here shortly. Going to be showcasing some things here and having fun, and talking about this new product design. What is going on with Facebook? Trying to post a link here. This is kind of interesting because it's not letting me do anything on my connection right now. Yes, reload the site. What? There we go. All right, perfect. All right, so okay, those of you watching, thank you for tuning in. Whoever is watching, say hello in the chat. That way you can see what it is that we're doing. We are talking about the Vector Pro. Now, the Vector Pro, when it came out, I had some issues with it. I went live. I opened it up on camera and showed that it was not firing properly. Turns out that when it was manufactured, they either screwed down the shell too tight or something was causing the flywheels to squeeze in the cage, and for the darts to get stuck and not feed properly. That was fixed. I unloosened the screws a little bit, reclosed up the blaster, and it works fine now. Go figure. So that being said, though, we decided to go ahead and actually make something different with this blaster because I saw the front shell and I was like, wasn't a big fan of it. I showcased it on camera recently, and I've been showing it off. Kind of did a post on Reddit where I showed off a prototype. We'll call it Mark 1. Mark 1 is complete. And when I was on the live getting some design ideas from people, they gave me some really good feedback, and I wanted to incorporate that into Mark 1.5. Mark 2 is being worked on right now. All three versions will be available on the store. The muzzles themselves, they're going to be a separate listing, but I went ahead and actually created a full kit for it. I am going to be reaching out to somebody because I saw something on that they designed, and I really like the idea behind it. And I'm going to see if I can actually use their idea to include it with the kit or do something similar to that if they are okay with it. First of all, I wanted to say I saw another kit online that if you don't want to pay for my kit and you have a 3D printer at home, I will say I recommend it. It looks fantastic. Ghost Manta, you can see his stuff on printables. I've actually been able to chat with him before, and stand up dude, straight up good designer. Like, go to printables, look at his kit. It looks really sharp. He did some really interesting design choices with it. And he did something that I was trying to do, but I didn't like the way it came out with my grip design. But he did one that looks fantastic with a mag and foregrip. And again, I'm not just self-serving here. I would like to promote his design as well because dude straight up did a phenomenal job. Like, that's how I am. I like to cross promote the community. Hopefully he would say the same thing about me. But again, stand up guy, he's reached out to me before because he saw that one of my designs was similar to his, and he wanted to make sure that I wasn't copying his stuff. Hey, Ghost Mana. Um, and he actually had reached out to me because there was some confusion about something that I had made that he had made also, and he handled it the right way. Rather than doing what some people in the hobby do, and that is say, "Oh, look at this guy, he stole my design." No, he's like, "Hey, how did you do this?" And we had a really good conversation, I think, at least via email. I was like, "Hey, man, listen, let me show you how I did this. Have seen your stuff. I'd actually mentioned on Reddit that his design inspired mine." So it's just a very funny story. But yeah, go ahead and get his design. Like, it is fantastic. Like, seriously, if you're looking for a longer rifle with a different, I guess, realistic rifle-y look, yeah, definitely go after his design. It is chef's kiss. Fantastic. Actually, since you're on the chat, there is one thing I saw you did. I was going to ask you if you don't mind if I can steal that design from you straight up so I don't have to reinvent the wheel. It looks like you designed a nub so you can take a regular socket-headed screw, an M3 screw, and turn it into a thumb screw that you just twist open. Is that what that is for? And if so, can I use that? Because that would be fantastic. And if not, that's okay. I'm still gonna find a way to do it myself. But that is a brilliant, brilliant design choice that you did with that. I like it. So, anyways, let's get to what we're showcasing here. So we're showcasing the design. Of course, those of you who tuned into a live before saw the Mark One, which was actually just the muzzle that had the two triangular pieces on it. It flush fits, and it gives it a nice little sci-fi look. Of course, you have the vector here. I do not have the end cap on here. In my testing for part of the kit, I lost it. It is somewhere in the mess that I have in this room right now, so I got to find it. I got to get stronger glasses while I'm at it. So that being said, let's showcase the first part of the kit. I did create an actual buttstock itself. This is just a friction fit stock. The print tolerance on this is so tight on a bamboo printer that you don't even need a catch and release. This stays secure. It takes about 30 pounds of pressure to pull off of here. So once you actually go in there, you put this on here, and there you go. Now, I will tell you that this design on camera, you're going to see a little crease on here. That's because when I was printing this version out, there was a issue with the filament that it got tangled up so badly to the point in the extruder that I had to snip it and redo it. And it created a little line here. But as long as that doesn't happen, you'll see that the rest of it is pretty much there. Yeah, it's the joys of 3D printing. Those of you with 3D printers know what it's like when you get a tangle in your filament. It's a pain in the ass. So anyways, the design itself, of course, it was brought up from somebody from Bots and Blasters, I got to give him credit for the design recommendation. He wanted to see something with like an echo stock on here. So you can see the inspiration in the echo stock that it's very flat, very blocky, very angular though at the same time. So I went ahead and actually added a couple of things here as well. Of course, it is a hollowed out stock. There is, you can't really see it on camera there, that is an actual support beam here. So it prevents when you're printing for it being really flimsy. It is a very solid stock. You can apply quite a bit of pressure on here, and that feels fine. Like right now, I'm pulling really hard against my shoulder. I did actually, instead of making it a larger flare down, I angled this just enough so that anyone with a thicker shoulder or a smaller shoulder can feel this, and it is pretty comfortable to hold up there. Of course, you do have these grooves on here as well, which kind of act as a buffer. So going by the theory of triangular supports, of course, you have the three support beams that you have the one here, one up top, one on the bottom, and then one singular as well. And I just took the same design, honestly, to add some beauty parts on the sides up here as well. So there was that design. Now, of course, the rest of the blaster itself is stock. One thing I will point out since Manta's watching, he actually opted to remove the door, and that's cool. It gives it a it basically, as somebody pointed out on Reddit, it calls out the fact that this blaster is nothing but dead space from here up. But I wanted to do something with this because again, I said from the very beginning, this looks like it eats chicken dino nuggets at a 5-star restaurant. So I designed the muzzle, the 1.5 muzzle. This is actually a I just ejected my magazine. So the 1.5 muzzle just literally friction fits on here, and it does stay on there. Now, you can, if you're going to actually do some heavy side attachments, glue this down. I would probably recommend doing that once you get the muzzle that you want on it. This grip, it is not a mag grip. This is what my mag grip design evolved into because it was way too big to actually fit on my muzzle. So this is actually my first like attempt at a grip design. It came out pretty comfortable. Honestly, I may actually just make this available for download, just this piece right here individually, because it's a nice little grip. And even though